not that weird.
Yes, it is.
Why?
Welcome to the talk show.
No.
Today we're going to talk about love issues. Question 1.
No, not love
Why
issues.
do people become obsessive compulsive with their own lover?
Okay, so this is my talk show, but this is my guest. This is Lisa Signorini. She's a really great artist, but I call her Lily.
We call each other Lily. Lily, not Lily.
Or Lily, whatever. Doesn't matter. But is your water not boiling yet?
Yes, it is.
It is?
I'm doing coffee.
Did you press
I'm
it?
from Paris. Can you believe that people here, 6 people, 8, there's 6 people living here, nobody had coffee.
That's not true.
It's
I told you.
You had beans, which is great.
No, I told you that Young Gun or Bridget has coffee.
Oh, never mind. 2
But
people.
they're both, one left and one sleeping. Train's going by. So you want to talk about obsessive addictive love?
I think that it's an interesting subject, but then again, it's your talk show. So what did you have in mind?
Oh, nothing. It's an organic process.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's waltz out of the subject and talk about how interesting it is to have a feed in 2 cultures. I'm not speaking only for myself. I'm speaking also for different people or whatever. Once you experience like another country than your home country, you slowly induce in the habits and the ways of being of the other country, and it's really interesting because I just
absorb those habits immediately.
Yes, I mean, look at me. I sound American, right?
Yeah,
and I freshly came from Paris. Yes, just yesterday. And in my head, I was like, I'm going to talk like this. I'm not going to fall into having.
But don't you speak a
American
lot
accent.
of French? Don't you speak a lot of English and American? French?
No,
Where are you from again?
I'm from Paris.
Yeah.
And no, I don't. I rarely have the occasion to speak English, and when I do, I waltz into it and I take my most American accent. I just talk like this, blah blah blah, and then people think I'm American.
Well, our good friend Giovanna almost just flew to Paris. Did she stay with you?
She didn't stay with me, even though basically I had her call. She called me around 3 a.m. I was kind of drunk, and I thought it was an interesting thing for her to come to Paris because I think that I really like when American people go to Paris, experience the city, and then something really incredible happens. Like the mix of those 2 mental cultures is great, exactly. But then so Giovanna came and I was like, sorry, I can't host you because like basically I was leaving in 2 days. And
I told her that.
Leaving is like a lot of pressure, you know. But we did meet. She did come to my studio where I draw. And she did a really good job of coming there because it's a really weird neighborhood, kind of dangerous, but not really. And also it's super technical to find the place, go inside, and she just did it, so it was great. So, yeah, it was cool. And then we went to this weird bunker / workshop thing where I scanned my drawings, right? And she was just chilling, and it was good. And we were all speaking French, and French.
And she went there on a whim, so it was kind of like
but I pushed her into it, and I thought it was.
When you talked to her, you were like, "Come."
I was like, "Dude."
Yeah, because she was on the fence.
She had a free ticket.
Yeah, free ticket to Paris. You're not gonna take it. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
So you're also gonna work with our other good friend Jacques Smith while you're here on what is this now?
So we're doing a solo show for my drawings. We also want to incorporate a screening of my videos because I do videos. And we wanted to have a sort of performance done by you, Young Gun, Chloe, Rafi, and India, where basically you guys would embody
some of your drawings.
Types of drawings I would do. So I wanted a sort of narration and just like some, I just want us to get a little weird, basically. That's what I want.
That's generally what we do here.
I want to get a little weird. I want us to get to.
It's funny because someone came up to me and was like, "Did you hear that? Oh, Liz was telling me like, oh, Rafaela, like Lisa was telling her that she's in this performance, or Jacques was, and Rafaela didn't know anything about it. And then Young Gun was with me, and Liz was like, and I was like, yeah, I do vaguely know about it because she mentioned it to me like 6 months ago or something once. And I was like, and Young Gun's in it too. And Young Gun was like, oh, because she was with me. So yeah, so.
Well, randomness and spontaneity is values that I quite like.
I'm afraid of it.
Why?
I'm not necessarily afraid of randomness, but
You're not spontaneous? Hello, Young Gun.
I like to know things.
Hi. Okay, so you're not spontaneous. That's
No,
interesting.
I'm like, I feel like I'm spontaneous in like one sense of the word, but I'm really not spontaneous. Like picking up and going to Paris, I feel like it'd be very unlikely unless I was like,
when I was
knew that I was gonna be
coming,
taken
when
care
I was
of.
coming here, I remember how you called me once you arrived and you freaked out, and you're
Yeah.
like, "You have to come get me. You have
Yeah.
to come get me," and it was so funny because you were so defenseless.
No, I like turn into a child when I travel, I think.
I kind of understand, even though I found magistral about traveling is that it actually makes you super powerful and makes
Totally.
you really
Well, if
love
you-
the fact of being alone.
You speak multiple languages and
It's
like
true.
can pick up languages more easily because you're French.
No,
I'm just
because
like,
I'm intelligent. I'm joking.
I just like look at a sign that isn't in English and like freak out.
I usually just
Good morning, young gun. Talk show.
doing a talk show about love FM. What I really like doing, and probably you do too, when I go in another country, I enjoy asking the people like directions, even if it's Chinese. Like I'll just like enjoy like the play of it, like well, it's like yeah, like you know, just like blah blah blah, and like that's,
I love trying
you know.
to talk to people in
Yeah.
different. Like I love trying to understand and like have a conversation with people, but I still need like a guide.
Yeah, me, I guess I don't need a guide, but
No, you're very independent. I'm very dependent.
I'm not independent in the fact that I do think that once you get to a country, it's important to have a few friends there that show you like the back doors, you know, of the country you're trying
Totally.
to go in, because otherwise it's you don't have the full impression. And also, this is like kind of going away from the subject, but still, and I don't know if it's normal. When I travel, and I've traveled in exotic places, it's like the scenery doesn't hit me. It hits me like years after. You know, is that normal?
Like you nostalgia, kind of.
No,
Like,
it's just like I'll be in Cambodia and I look at everything, but I won't like.
absorb it.
I won't absorb it. I mean, I will, but it won't like go in my. I don't know. Just like it's like decor, you know. And then I think about it like years later. That's weird.
Well, if
But-
it translates somehow
In my art.
in your art. So we went to RISD together. You graduated with a BFA in printmaking.
Yeah.
And then you were here for a minute, and then you went back to Paris
Yeah.
for too long, and then you
Yeah.
came back, and then you
Yeah.
went back.
Yeah.
You were gonna live in America.
I wanted to live in America, but the visa here is hard, and also it's really aggravating to be somewhere, especially after school, because you lose your structure and you have to reinvent a mental structure. So it could be anything.
which I've
having a
yet to
job
still
or-
do.
I mean,
I've been in New York for 4 years.
You do, maybe if you don't have a structure that you judge like a real structure, you still have like something. But when I was just after college, like I loved those moments, but retrogradely, like looking back, like I was paying a babysitter and just like sharing my room with Mike and like smoking weed, and that wasn't very productive. And
Well, it
going
takes
back
time.
to Paris was hard. I came back and like I didn't really have a social life, or you know, I even have less of a structure.
Right.
But it really made me mature.
Yeah. Get down to business.
Exactly, I matured. Very much so. I made a ton of money. But now I'm ready
Didn't
to
you
go
have a
back to
recent?
the USA.
Didn't you have a recent solo show in Paris?
Yes, and it was great. When it first started, how do you say? I'm a very like speaky person, and also like I forgot to call my galleries, being like, oh, this is the drill. I was very organized, but at the same time like kind of in the moon and just like doing my thing. So what was really funny is that my gallerist said about me something that people used to say back then in high school. It's a French saying called "je m'en foutiste," which means you don't give a fuck. He was like, you don't give a fuck.
Je m'en
It was so je m'en fout. Je m'en
But is that
fous.
like meant to be insulting
Oh,
or
yeah.
both, or
It's
because that can be a compliment
no,
too.
it's a default. How do you say a default? It's a bad thing. You know, it's like being not
Insult?
generous. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. But
Careless.
So the day of, I was really happy because also I did a lot of videos for it, and I love doing videos, really weird, like 1-minute videos for stoners or people that you know are by culture or just people that are open-minded. And the day of, I was really scared that nobody would come because that day there was like so many things going on. So I just like kind of waited, and there was like just 8 bottles of champagne, so I waited. And then like everybody walked through, and there was tons of people, and I felt like it was my birthday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you sell
that
any
was great.
pieces from it?
So my gallerist is a person that lends me the walls, but is not
Trying to
He's not
pimp
trying to
your
sell.
work
Like,
out?
he doesn't do that. He doesn't know how to do that because he gains money from something else. I mean, like he sells like old art, blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah. So I don't know if I should say this on this, but you know, like I sold things, as we say, under the table, which is
Yeah.
good because I didn't give a percentage, but I didn't sell much, you know. But I sold 2 pieces.
But as like
to
a young
collections.
artist who's starting to show your work, like selling anything is a big
It
deal.
is a big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was very happy
Cool.
to sell stuff.
Great.
It was
Hopefully
good.
you'll sell some stuff here.
I really hope so.
I think you'll be like in higher demand here because just the fact that you're from Paris and like aren't here very often and people only get to experience your work like online and stuff. Slash you have so many friends here. Half of the RISD population is here. So.
Oh yeah. A lot of people.
So that's exciting.
I'm very excited.
So I think it's really interesting that you're about to drink some coffee and I have a coffee face mask on.
Oh yeah, it smells
It
like
actually
coffee.
tastes pretty good.
It smells like really hardcore toxic coffee. It smells really toxic.
I don't think it's very toxic.
So can you just present the talk show? Like, what is this?
Oh, it's just a relaxed talk show.
Okay, where do you post it then?
I don't know. I guess I'll probably post an excerpt on Instagram and then maybe put the rest on YouTube. You can be my first.
Oh, I would love
guest.
that. I think that's such a nice idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you know, Ali, you're known in Paris, like, very much so.
By you?
You're super
By your
famous.
friends?
Like, I have a friend, oh my god, I have a friend that looks like you. Is a smaller version of you. You're tall and lean, and she's little. Her
That's
nickname
rude.
is Plumpy, but she's not plumpy, but you know what I'm saying. Like, she's lean and stuff, but she's small, and she looks like you. And at her workplace, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're famous, even amongst people who are not artists.
What does she do?
She does songs, but she worked in a production house.
She knows me?
And she knows you from Instagram. You're known a lot on Instagram, and a lot of guys were like, oh my god, you know her? I love her armpit hair. She's great.
Don't you have armpit hair?
No, I shaved it.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to have mad hair.
You used to have armpit hair.
I used to have mad hair, even on the legs.
So why do you shave it now?
I want to try something new.
My Instagram
nowadays.
commenters love this topic, so
Yeah.
they love talking about my armpit hair. It's very, very exciting.
This summer, like, I just grew out everything much more so than I do normally.
Yeah, your legs are shaved.
They're shaved
too.
again, yeah. And coming here to New York, I just want to have like new skin, I guess, and like check what it is to have like. You probably will experience this in a while, but like when you have a lot of hair on the leg for a long time and then you shave it, like when I came out of the shower there,
Like shedding a new skin.
I was like, whoa, it's not even shedding the skin. I feel like God was caressing me. Like you feel like caresses, like the simple air caresses you. You know? So
I
it's
feel
also
like I
why-
feel the air caressing me when I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
hair.
Yeah, when you have hair, but
Like,
it's a
the
different
breeze
type.
blows
But
through.
it's a different type. I know that about that, but it's a different type.
No, yeah. I know what you mean. I
But,
mean, having like a smooth leg is a whole
It's
thing.
nice. I like it.
I don't know why we
it.
equate it with like sensuality. Probably just because we're humans and that's
No,
what we do.
because this is, I think it's very aggressive. I don't find this sensual at all because it's
Really?
like a baby leg.
Yeah, but
No.
that's so like the opposite of how most people view it, I feel like.
Well, conventions were...
Especially in America.
Yeah, but we're all people that judge, I mean, you judge also unconsciously, you know, we have conventions in us, and the more we know and assume that we have them, the more we can break them down. Like when I was young, I think I was a bit racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I broke it down. And I was racist against Algerians.
But that was because of specific experiences.
Yeah,
right?
it was a context, but still, like,
But that's how you were
know,
conditioned. You were
I
conditioned,
was
to
conditioned
be that way.
really weird at a really young age.
Yeah, it's a good thing to grow out of.
True. But if people say that your hair is a bad thing, they're just, and they need to express it on social media, it just means that they don't feel good inside of them. That's really weird. It's just a
Or they're
weird thing to do,
conflicted
you know?
because of how they've been conditioned.
I don't think so. I don't see why. If you're conflicted, you're not going to lose time on social media.
Well, a lot of people will like write comments like, I'm so disturbed by this girl, yet I keep coming back and like,
Oh, that's good. That's a compliment.
you know,
That's
so
good.
it's like, they're conflicted about like, they're like, you know, they like looking at these images, yet they're also disturbed, like put off by them.
Well, I guess it's not very usual to have like a really hot girl being like, "Hey, look at my armpit hair," or you know, just like it being like that. But that's just beneath the point. Like that, I think that's not enough to do a talk show. They're just haters, basically. And I don't think that it really goes against their own personal views. I think they're just haters, and they're like, "Oh, hair. I can hate on hair because they're not gonna be able to hate on your dance moves or something.
It's just pretty like astounding how caught up on like a tuft of hair underneath someone's arm can
be so gross.
catapult this like
So
insane
gross.
discourse of commenters, you know?
Yeah, whatever. They're just haters. I really don't think it's the hair. I think it's.
So your solo show is on the 24th?
So we're trying to do it on the 23rd, but
June 23rd?
But my curator / partner Jack Smith said that maybe we could do it on Saturday because just to have.
Well, we need to
time
figure that out because me and Young Gun are already doing our schedules and stuff, so we
Okay.
have to figure it out.
Def.
Do you know where you're doing it?
Yes, we have a really nice place in the Marzella, a place that is actually the place of the music label I used to sing for.
Cool. So
Yeah, so it's huge.
So Marcy Ave in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, it's beautiful.
You don't
It's
know the name of the
dim.
space?
No, it's just called Marcy Space. I guess it's super beautiful and breaks. It's the dim light is there, and it's magical. It looks
Cool.
beautiful. Yeah.
So we'll be posting about that.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
All right. I should go to work and take a poop, and then
I'm
go to
gonna
work.
drink coffee and go to the bank.
Sick.
Sick.
She's gonna do American things. Bank of America. What up?
And T-Mobile.
Yeah, T-Mobile. Here we
Bye.
come. Bye.